Hello everybody, this is the support video for Child Growth and Development Unit 1 Concept 9. And this question asks you to explain the terms experiential reality, agreement reality, and confirmation bias. So when we're looking at these terms, I'm going to use the our textbook as support. And so the first thing to know is that experiential reality is based on you and your own history and the things that you have experienced and be exposed to. So these could be things that you took in unconsciously or consciously, but it's the knowledge that you have formed from what you have experienced. So Piaget later is going to call this concept schema. Each individual idea that you have is schema. But for research purposes, that's your experiential reality. So if I based a theory solely on my experiential reality, it could have a lot of flaws in it because it's only taking in my own experience. Then we have what we call the agreement reality, which is taking my own experiences, what I have seen and documented and feel I know, and confirming it with the ideas of others or cultural ideas that come to us through social media, television, literature, things like that. And that is what we call agreement reality. So that means that what I have experienced is confirmed through the experiences of others and cultural ideas, etc. So when we're looking back to that theory that we're going to talk about with Piaget, that's going to be our accommodation and assimilation moments that occur. The final term that we have for here is that is the idea of confirmation bias. And that's down in this section here. And confirmation bias is the tendency that we as researchers, humans, parents, teachers, individuals have to look for evidence that what we know is right. And so our brain sometimes will ignore or put aside, either consciously or unconsciously, information that contradicts the evidence that we believe is knowledge. And Popper, who is a philosopher, suggests that the distinction between how we know what is scientific and unscientific is that science is falsifiable. That which is unscientific is falsifiable. And that means that you can say, okay, here's examples where this is not the case, and therefore it is not reality. So if we said all balls are smooth and round, and then we're able to prove that, we have one of those toddler balls that has all the bumps on it, and look here, this is a ball, but it's not smooth and round. So our theory that all balls are smooth and round must be false, because here's a ball that gives a different definition to it and changes how we understand the concept. And so confirmation bias is that tendency that people have to look for what they know. And we see this a lot in child development research. We go and we examine a classroom full of children. We're looking to prove a certain concept true, and so we ignore other aspects that might prove it false, because we're only looking for proof that documents what we know and maybe not an overall picture of things. So once again, experiential reality is going to be the reality that's within you as an individual and your own experiences and understanding. Agreement reality is reality where your own experiential reality and understanding agrees with the experiential realities and understanding of others, or is confirmed with cultural ideas and beliefs. Okay? And then that confirmation bias is the idea that we are going to look for evidence that proves that we are right, and in so doing so, we miss evidence that may contradict our own theory or belief. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you in the next one.